Hey guys, this week's topic is weight loss. So let's say you've been hitting the gym, you've been very consistent, you're about a month in, and you're looking at the scale, right? If the scale matters to you, you really want to shave some pounds, lose some fat, but you're just not getting there. And we're here to discuss that with Acacia, Dr. Elena, to see what can we do to kind of break that plateau. So Acacia, what do you have to help them out?
All right, I'll kick it off. So today I'm going to share with you guys my top 3 tips for how you can achieve your fitness or weight loss goal. These are the 3 most common things that I see people mess up on in some way or form. So we'll get after it. Tip number 1 is include breakfast. How many of you guys have heard that before?
I have.
Yep. Not new information, but so easy to forget, and it's so important to include, and I'll tell you why. Studies have found that those people who include breakfast on a routine basis, usually within 30 to 45 minutes of waking up, can actually burn up to 150 calories more per day than on the days, or in comparison to those who don't include breakfast. So just to put that into numbers, 150 calories per day, in addition, would be about 55,000 calories per year, which equals about 15 pounds of fat.
That's insane.
So crazy to think about it that way, but simple tip, just include breakfast, because if your goal was to lose 15 pounds by this point next year, all you have to do is do that and you've accomplished your goal, theoretically. Not a bad idea. So include breakfast, even if it's just a couple hard-boiled eggs and a piece of fruit at the door. Something is better than nothing. Which leads me into tip number 2, quality. Quality counts, even more so than calories, because the secret truly lies in what you feed your body. There are a lot of systems out there that are point-based, where you're trying to achieve, an intake below a certain amount of calories, but that food can still be junk food, and that's not going to do anything for you. So you really want to focus on getting that diversity in terms of plants, eating that whole food diet rich in plants, fruits, lean proteins, and healthy carbohydrates and healthy fats. So important. And then tip number 3 will be sustainability. A lot of people will jump on, fad diet, or they'll fad diet wagons, or they'll try something extreme that maybe they can do in the short term, but they don't necessarily see themselves doing it in the long term. And I'll tell you right now, doing a temporary dietary, fix will lead to temporary results. So what you're doing, you want to make sure that you're actually setting yourself up for long-term success. So take a moment to think about what kind of meals you're cooking with right now. Have you guys explored with a lot of recipes or a lot of meals that you could see yourself making later on down the road, 2, 3, 4 years from now? If so, awesome job. But if not, definitely start to explore. And I encourage you this week, I challenge you to go ahead and try 1 new recipe per week. Something that looks appealing to you, but still stays within that healthy framework. Those are going to be my 3 tips. So eat breakfast, think about the quality, and of course the sustainability of what you're doing. Lena, do you have anything to touch on there?
No, I think you covered some of the most essential points with that. And, a lot of times people walk in my door because they may be taking care of the foundation and the essentials. They're still having such a hard time losing that 5, 10, 20, 30 pounds, whatever that number is for you. And so a lot of times when the nutrition piece is taken care of, when the fitness part is taken care of, I start to look at what other factors could be involved in the big picture. So what many people don't know is that our hormones play an essential role in how we eat, what we crave, and the pounds that we carry. So I always start off by looking at what is your thyroid doing. Now the reason why I'm bringing thyroid in this conversation is because it's responsible for our metabolism, how hot we feel, how cold we feel, and then also what our weight is. And so a lot of times it's probably usually one of the first things that I'll take a look at. Now, the second kind of new and pretty popular topic nowadays is genetics. Now, it's pretty common nowadays to hear the conversation about our genetics kind of dictate, right? Again, how we feel, what our current state of health is, and what it will be in the future. But there is something that we can do, and I actually, in my practice, I offer a genetic test that basically looks at 20 different genes. Now imagine you have, million genes, right, in our genome, and each one has its purpose, right, from hair color to eye color to our development. Now, there's only 20 genes that are responsible for how we metabolize protein, fats, carbohydrates, our cravings, and also the type of exercise that we need to do throughout the day. So if somebody comes in and they've got that ideal quote-unquote diet and they're in the gym 5 to 7 days a week doing endurance, cardio, powerlifting, but they're still not getting the results, I highly recommend doing a really simple test that basically shows how to eat. We've heard about how to eat for your blood type, but now how to eat for your genetic type. So that's readily available and can easily be done. And the other topic that is it's a hot topic, but also a controversial topic in the media nowadays, is the HCG hormone injections. Now, there's pros and cons to doing this therapy, and I like it because we all make mistakes, food-wise, life-wise, and there's a part in our brain that registers the heaviest weight that we've ever been. And once for example, if I were the heaviest at 135 or 130, whatever that number can be, my body naturally wants to be at that weight. So even if I lose 10 pounds, I will naturally crave foods and I will naturally want to go back to that weight. And that's just part of it's genetic, it's survival. We haven't evolved too much in the last couple hundred thousands of years. But what the HCG injections do is they help you set the new weight. So if you lose 10, 20, 30 pounds, your new weight set point is that new weight after weight loss. So it actually helps not just lose weight and then help you kind of live a healthier lifestyle, but it also helps you keep those pounds off. So I think those are kind of the key points that I usually try to address with everyone.
Awesome. Well, there you have it, guys. We talked about breakfast. We talked about the quality of the food. Talked about the sustainability of what lifestyle choices as far as nutrition you're making. Mm-hmm. Then Elena, the thyroid point, very big, very, very important topic. Mm-hmm. Genetics, I hear it all the time. It's in my genes to be this size. So we've all things that we know. And then if you have any other questions, please reach out to us. NWCFCrossFit.com. You can find Acacia's information there and Elena's information there. Mm-hmm. Talk to you next time.
Bye, guys.
Take care.
I was imagining a little house in a prairie.
I thought you were going to say paint with
crappy paint.
Water-based paint.
I didn't know where I was going, but I was at a loss for words and I couldn't backpedal. So let's see here. How do I redeem myself?